went down this street and I went, oh my God, the big OMG.
Yes.
With that, I introduce you to my heart, Lauren Cornish.
I grew up in Baltimore. So I left Baltimore and I go to California. And while I'm in California, I realize this is wonderful. I arrive, it's wonderful, it's great. And then I realize I gotta go back to Baltimore. And when I came back to Baltimore, I brought California with me. And this is what happened. There's a row house. In Baltimore, we're famous for row houses. These little small 10 by 12 boxes with a couple floors. I decided if I have to live in a row house in Baltimore, and the people in the inner city have to walk by brick every day and see the same colored brick, red brick, white brick, blue brick, yellow brick, we can do something with the brick. We can change brick. And so I changed brick, and I covered brick, every drop of brick, and people went, you can't change brick. My God! Brick has been a part of Baltimore all our lives. How dare you change brick? And in the course of me changing brick, my neighbors did everything but hang me. My God! They said, you can't do this. But the kids, the young adult says, oh my God, you can change brick? You can make something out of brick? You can change brick? And my whole thing was to bring change, was to change your mind, was to change your mindset, was to make you think that you can. Living in the inner city, you see brick and concrete, and brick and concrete usually says no. My God! Because it stops. But when you change brick, when you make something that couldn't be done, it opens a child's mind. Yeah. It gives them opportunity. You take art and you take it to, you take the uneducated artist and you educate the kids who don't have an education about change. Most of the inner city don't go to college. My God! Leslie said, please don't do that. How do you do that, Lauren? How do you do that? That's incredible. Well, this is how you do it. Well, this leads to other conversations. Well, how do you do that? Well, how do you do that? Well, how can I become this? How can I go that? This is how you do it. You just begin, and conversations start. Because if we don't start conversations, the end of conversations is hopefully a better environment for our use. This house is right in the Freddie Gray area. Right in the area. My God! Right there. So what do you do when you change a house? You buy another one. You buy another house, 3 houses down, and you change that. That's what you do. That's what you do. And before the people who are on the other street are so mad that I'm changing, and they call the city, and by the time the city got there, because you know they take a week or two, by the time the city got there, I had already done it. I had already changed it. And so the kids like, oh my God. Oh my God. And the change in my neighborhood, the change in the environment, and you know what else happened? You know who else changed? The people who were against me in the beginning. A lot of times, us as artists have to push past the thoughts and minds of those who are blocked by brick, who are blocked by concrete. We are the conduits. You are the conduits of change. My goodness! And a lot of times we suffer. We don't have enough money for this program. We come out of our pockets for kids. We come out of our pockets for programs because we feel and we are given the vision. We are given the light. We are given the mantle. It is up to us to change. And sometimes we have to sacrifice so much for change. There's a lot of sacrifice in this. My goodness! Didn't have a plan. You know, a lot of companies want me to do stuff and they want me to draw out stuff. I'm like, I'm not that guy. I don't draw out stuff. I just begin. What do you want me to do? I don't do that. My goodness! Didn't have a plan. Sometimes we don't need a plan. Remember, it is inside of us. It is not on a piece of paper, and it unwinds as we begin the process. If we just begin the process, it unwinds and it continues to feed me. It feeds me as I go. I had no idea what this was going to look like. All I knew that I bought this house, and the next day I began putting glass on it. Had no idea where it was going. We don't need an idea because it is in us and it develops as we go along. How dare you ask me to make a final plan of something that hasn't been given to me yet? My goodness! I am not a contractor. We are not contractors. The next time somebody asks you something, I am not a contractor. You don't get a contractor child. I'm an artist. Next. So, as if the outside didn't, look, so, as if the outside wasn't enough. Uh-oh, go back. How do you go back? Somebody go back from bam! Every glass house needs a damn glass bathtub. Shit. Want your asses on glass? So when an adult, when a person, when an organization, when a company sees a glass bathtub, who takes a bath in a glass bathtub? In fact, who has a glass? Come on. The possibilities of art are endless. They are endless, they're abounding, they're wonderful, they're great. And if we don't if we don't put the limit on the idea, then the idea will, if we put the limit on the idea, then the idea will never flourish. It'll never come to life. If you say no to the thing that's inside of you, then you say no to the future of the seed that's been planted in you. I'm Cornish.